Hello everyone, Meredith Leon McCormick. We are here in Prospect Park at the Picnic House. We have the pleasure of speaking to Elise Newman.
Hi Meredith, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, welcome to the Picnic House.
I don't know too many of you guys that know that you have the capability of getting married in Prospect Park in different times of the year. Is that correct?
All year round.
All year round.
Yep.
So if you're an outdoors person, the park is a great place.
Exactly.
Because you have this wonderful indoor space.
Exactly.
So can you give us a little history about the space?
Yeah, sure. So the Picnic House was built in 1927, and it served as an event space and a place for people to gather throughout its entire existence here in the park. And it's a place where people can get married year-round. So on a beautiful snowy winter day, you can have a wedding here. On a gorgeous, lush green summer day, it's a place for a wedding. So it really can, like you said, for anybody who loves nature, who loves the park, it's here for you all seasons.
It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite places that brings me back to my childhood, you know, just going through the park, running and joggers. But there's been a lot of changes. You've made renovations during the course of the years, you know, so can you give us a little history about the space, the grounds? And
Sure. Yeah, sure. So you're right, the building has been renovated a few times over during the course of its many decades, and it features these beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows which have been restored from time, you know, over time. Soaring ceilings, beautiful light fixtures, and gorgeous hardwood floors.
Beautiful.
Are really beautiful. One of the best features is the working fireplace, which is really rare in Brooklyn. If you
So wait, it actually works?
It actually works.
Oh wow, super
so, yeah,
cool.
a Brooklyn rarity. So on a, you know, like I said, on a wintry day or a wintry evening for your wedding, you can have a really cozy, beautiful fire to sort of set the mood for a winter wedding.
Pretty sexy.
Yeah, it is.
So about how many people can this space host?
So at the Picnic House, you can have a cocktail party with 240 guests. Or you could have a seated dinner wedding with 175 guests.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a really big space, which is kind of hard to find in Brooklyn. You know, a 240-person wedding space can be a little rare, so it's really nice to have this venue.
Okay, so now as far as vendors, do you have a preferred vendors list, or can they just bring anybody they want? What's the process?
Yeah, we have a preferred vendors list for caterers, and so we have a selection of caterers who are really eager to work with clients. They're really creative, and they're really eager to work with everybody's tastes and budgets to create, you know, the wonderful day that everybody wants to have. And then we have a preferred list, not a preferred list, but a suggested or recommended list for florists and DJs and decor.
That know this space. They actually know this space, so they're not guessing, you know, where anything is and how it's going to work.
Exactly. They know the lighting, they know exactly. So they know what looks best, and so we have that list ready and available for anybody who wants it.
Okay. So now, as far as the grounds is concerned, if I wanted to get married on the park, is that even possible?
It is very possible.
Whoa.
Yep. So a lot of the weddings that take place here during the spring, summer, and fall, the ceremony takes place outside. And so we have a beautiful grove of trees just to the south of this building where you can set up chairs and have a little bit of decoration around, and it's just the most beautiful spot for a ceremony. And one of the fun things about it, this is a public park. You're surrounded by nature, but you're also surrounded by other Brooklynites and people who are visiting the park, so it actually makes it really fun. Everybody is celebrating with you. Exactly. So it's a really just gorgeous, gorgeous setting for a ceremony. True Brooklyn ceremony. Exactly.
So now, as far, do they need permits if they do have the outdoor wedding?
Yeah, for the outdoor ceremonies, they do need a permit, and our office helps the clients, the couples, get that permit. Yeah, so we help walk them through that whole process.
Okay, so you don't necessarily do it for them, but you'll help them go through the process.
That's right.
Now, do you have an event planner or a wedding planner that can do this production, or do you recommend that the couple should actually have their own wedding planner?
I think it can be helpful. You know, everybody has different budgets, so not everybody has the budget for a wedding planner. But we do have recommendations. We are able to make some recommendations for wedding planners. We at the Prospect Park Alliance do not have wedding planners in our staff, but we do have a rentals director who can sort of help and assist and answer any questions and help direct the clients, the couples, to different vendors that they need. But we don't have anybody on site who does that.
Okay, so they would be responsible for their own decor and everything else that comes along with it.
That's right, exactly.
Okay, so can you give us a little tour of the grounds and the building? It's really beautiful, and I love the window space, a lot of lighting here. So it's great for photos.
It's perfect for photos. And so the building inside is beautiful for photos, and the park is just spectacular for photos.
Right.
Everybody wants to have their photos taken in the park, and so it's just perfect for that.
Right here is where often the bar is. That's one of the most important parts of a wedding, obviously. And we have a piano, and every now and then a couple will request for the piano to be taken out. We tune it to make sure it sounds great. And either a band will use it or somebody in the family who plays will use it. So it's kind of a nice.
So it's a working piano.
It is a working piano. Yep, sounds beautiful in this space. So the option, the rental comes with round tables and 175 folding chairs. We have staff that staff the event. So the rental isn't just the space. There are things that come along with the rental, which is really great. And actually, the fact that we have tables and chairs really helps bring down the cost because that means that the couple doesn't have to rent them. So that's very
smart. That's very smart. Approximately how much does it start? I know there's not going to be an exact figure because I'm sure it fluctuates based on season and time and time of the year.
It does. So during the colder seasons, during like a weekday, for instance, the rate is $3,000 for an 8-hour rental.
What?
Yeah, $3,000 for an 8-hour rental during the winter months on a Tuesday or Thursday. And people have their ceremony. People do have events during the week on a winter day.
Absolutely.
And then in the summertime, the highest rate, which is the spring and the fall on a Saturday or Sunday, the rate goes up to $6,500.
That's still very good. And that includes chairs and tables?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes, it's very affordable.
I'm really surprised. And why is the price so reasonable?
Well, this is a public park.
Okay.
And we feel that it's really important for it to be as accessible as possible. And this building is part of the public park. So we feel like it's really important that, a broad range of people have the ability to get married here. And what's really unique about this place is that the venue fees that couples pay to get married here go directly to the Prospect Park Alliance, which is the nonprofit that helps maintain and operate the park.
Wow.
So when you get married here, you are actually giving back to the park.
Wow. So getting married here is such a double bonus kind of thing that you can actually give back while you're getting.
Exactly. Everybody wins.
This is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other good tidbits that you want to share with us?
Yeah, sure. Just through the French doors, there's a really beautiful balcony that overlooks the 90-acre long meadow.
Wow.
So after your ceremony, you can come up here and have drinks and just have a little cocktail hour outside, which is really lovely. So that's a really beautiful feature of the building, and you have a view of this incredible park, which is just, I think, the most beautiful place in Brooklyn. So it's just an amazing backdrop.
So now the question I have for you that might be a big concern for people, how do they get into the park?
It's a really good question. You have to get in by foot the way you do normally. So guests come in by foot. We have a limited number of parking permits that we give to the wedding couples to give to anybody who has mobility issues or a hard time walking in. But people come here by foot, by subway, by bus. And they walk into the park. The closest entrance is at Prospect Park West and 3rd Street. Okay. That's the closest entrance.
Okay. So now, cars, are there any kind of accommodations for the cars, or if the bride has, the limousines or vehicles that is going to drop them off? Is it just a drop-off, or can they actually park during the time?
If they have a parking permit, we give a limited number of parking permits, then they can park. There's a parking lot right outside the building.
Okay. And the vendors, when can they deliver? So, for instance, if they have things, flowers and other things, do they have 24-hour before the event access to the space, or is it only the day of?
It's the day of.
Okay.
It's the day of.
Okay.
So one of the great things about getting married here is so many of the couples who get married here actually met in the park. So they met when they were walking their dogs, or maybe they're playing tennis at the tennis center, or just passing each other. And so people often meet in the park. They get engaged in the park. And then they want to get married in the park. I know, it's really cute. So it's just
what a story.
It is. It's just kind of the perfect, the whole cycle of their relationship can happen here in the park. And some couples choose to commemorate their wedding with the commemorative bench, which helps support the park, and so they can go back to a bench that has their name and a celebration of their love and their wedding in the park. So you can really make this park a huge part of your whole chapter is a couple.
Right.
Which is really nice.
And then the nice thing about this, look, it has all this decorative in the summer already.
Yeah.
So it's super cool. And then because it's in a park, the white snow if it happens in the winter.
Yep, exactly.
So nature designs the space for you.
It really does. It really does. And that's why it's always beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. So now where would vendors drop off if there was any drop off?
Vendors drop off towards the front of the building
Okay.
where the parking lot is. So vendors drop off there. And, you know, the vendors who we work with know the building really well. They know our clients. They're really...
Wow, I can actually see.
Yeah, the
I
staircase.
totally can see.
Yeah, the staircase is
What
really
a great
beautiful.
shot.
Exactly. And so just picture being up on that balcony and looking out at this gorgeous meadow behind you. It might be, especially in fall, you have these beautiful reds and oranges. It's just every season is gorgeous.
A lot of couples get their have wedding photos taken,
Right.
you know, on the staircase.
Or near the staircase, they kind of, you know, line up their bridal party. So a lot of great opportunities for photos outside the building, which is really nice. Everybody should get married in Brooklyn because Brooklyn is the center of the universe and Prospect Park is the center of Brooklyn. So it's such an amazing place to get married.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.
So a little bit of information I wanted all of you guys to understand why we support this Prospect Park and Prospect Park Alliance is the work that they do. And I'm going to let Elise explain to you what the Prospect Park Alliance is so you guys can get a better understanding as to where your money is invested in. Can you give us a little information on that?
Yeah, of course. So the Prospect Park Alliance is a nonprofit organization that works in partnership with New York City to operate and maintain this beautiful park. And so oftentimes our staff are out there on the field. They're doing the gardening and doing the incredible landscaping work. We do woodlands restoration in the park, which is really fabulous. There are woods in Brooklyn, which is incredible. So we have a really, really hardworking, very dedicated staff who love this park, who care for this park, and who really do so much incredible work to maintain this park.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, because it's a good cause.
It is.
And we want to make sure that people understand that the money that they invest in their wedding goes back to the community and the activities that are, you know, that surround the community.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, thank you again.
Of course.
We're here at the Picnic House in Prospect Park. My name's Elise Newman. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Visitor Services at the Prospect Park Alliance. Keep your eyes on World Bride magazine.